family and friends, welcome to Western Washington University's June 2024 commencement ceremony. Please join me as we celebrate the class of 2024.
float for commencement.
Please stand as you are able for our national anthem. We will be led in singing by a student in Western Washington University's music department, Nehemiah Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Members of the class of 2024, returning Western alums, faculty and staff, families and friends of the graduates, welcome to today's commencement ceremony. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin all throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join me in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, and for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Our graduating veterans are wearing white stoles for this ceremony, and we have many veterans among the family and friends joining us today. Please join me in thanking our veterans for their service. Academic commencement is a centuries-old tradition. By its definition, commencement is a beginning. The beginning of a new adventure as an alum of Western Washington University. Over the past 130 years, Western has conferred more than 140,000 degrees. This winter, 505 students received degrees. This spring, we had 1,749 graduates. Commencement is a time to celebrate, but also a time of reflection about values, commitments, and above all, the people whose dedication make this milestone possible. Please join me as we recognize those who have made possible the achievements of today's graduates and who have supported these graduates emotionally, spiritually, financially, and with lasting love and affection. First, I would like to recognize all the families and friends who graduate with us today. Please join me in thanking them for their guidance and support of our graduates. pride is in the accomplishments of our graduates and the contributions they make to their communities and to our society. Our faculty help nurture this creativity and excellence, and it is our faculty and staff who provide the mentorship and support needed for long-term growth and success. Will the faculty and staff, including emeritus and emerita, please rise and be recognized? In key leadership positions included with me on our platform today are our trustees, community leaders who, on behalf of the people of Washington, direct and guide the work of the university. The trustees present today are John Meyer and Chase Franklin. Officers of the university on the platform today are Brad Johnson, Provost and Executive Vice President, Melinda Husky, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Services, Donna Gibbs, Vice President for University Relations and Marketing, Joyce Lopes, Vice President for Business and Financial Affairs, Kim O'Neill, Vice President for University Advancement, and Jacqueline Hughes, Chief Diversity Officer. The Dean on the platform today are Dean of the Graduate School and Vice Provost for Research, David Patrick, Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Keith Russell, and Dean of Western Libraries, John Denneker. The mace from medieval times symbolizes the university's authority to confer degrees and is borne by a leader of our outstanding faculty. Our mace bearer today is the President of the Faculty Senate, Brandon DuPont. To bring you greetings on behalf of the faculty, I present Professor DuPont.
Thank you all. Good afternoon, class of 2024, and all of the guests, the family, and friends. Great to be here with you today. One of the best parts of my job is I get to extend congratulations to our graduating students on behalf of Western's faculty. So over the past several years, you have had lots of interactions with faculty, with professors, in a variety of ways. Mostly, of course, we interact with each other in the classroom, but professors also serve as academic advisors, club advisors, and in a variety of other roles. So over time, we develop a unique relationship. And even though those regular interactions will end as you graduate and you move on to other things, you will of course remain part of this scholarly community. And I know my colleagues in the faculty will agree with me when I ask you to keep in touch with us. Even after you leave, there's nothing really better than hearing from former students, so please do that. As you might have guessed, most of us on the faculty don't actually take these jobs because of the massive compensation packages, signing bonuses, or things like that. We don't even do it because we get to wear funny hats and robes on occasion, although that's a perk. We do it, I think, because we know how transformative education can be in our lives. Those benefits of education and the degree that you will receive today go well beyond access to jobs and higher earning power. That's important, or those are important things. But benefits include lifelong impacts in how you think about the world around you and the good that you can do in your communities. I'm sure you've learned a lot of important and interesting things here at Western, but one of the things I hope that you have learned, and that I'd like to emphasize, is the importance of asking the right kinds of questions. As the physicist Richard Feynman once wrote, the most powerful tool of your mind is not its capacity to know, but its ability to question. So intellectual curiosity, asking the right kinds of questions, is one of the things I hope that you've had an opportunity to develop here at Western, but it's also something that you have to practice, that you have to engage in over time. And I also want to emphasize that it needs to be coupled with intellectual humility, and that is about being open to diverse perspectives and opinions, recognizing that we may not know everything. We've learned a lot, but there are things we don't know. That's hard to do, right? The world is polarized, we're in various camps, but it is, in fact, I think, the essence of learning. I couldn't resist but leave you today with a quote from one of the great English philosophers, John Stuart Mill, who in 1859 wrote the following about these concepts. Here's what he said. The only way in which a human being can make some approach to knowing the whole of a subject is by hearing what can be said about it by persons of every variety of opinion and studying all modes in which it can be looked at by every character of mind. No wise man ever acquired his wisdom in any mode of this, nor is it in the nature of human intellect to become wise in any other manner. So I hope you'll keep those concepts in mind. If you do that, if you head out into the world driven by curiosity and with an openness to different perspectives, I think you'll be in a pretty good place to navigate whatever comes next for all of you. So with that, let me congratulate you again on behalf of the faculty at Western. Please stay in touch with us. Good luck to you in whatever comes next in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dupont. Western proudly exists as a manifestation of the vision and the values of the people of the state of Washington. To bring you greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees is Trustee Chase Franklin.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, and friends of graduates, and distinguished guests. I bring you greetings on behalf of the people of the state of Washington. As President Rundhawa noted, it is the governor, and through him, people of our great state that appoint a volunteer board of trustees, who then, as volunteers, steward the legacy of his great university. Speaking on behalf of my board colleagues, it is a great honor to serve in this role and a responsibility that we take very seriously. In addition to congratulating you on your tremendous achievement, I'd like to give you a charge for the people of Washington. Whether you are a Washington resident, a resident of another state, or an international student, the people of Washington have invested in your future so that you may develop your talents and follow your aspirations, not only for your own benefit, but for theirs as well. Today marks a momentous transition in your lives, the start of a brand new chapter in your independence, empowerment, and self-determination. It also marks the beginning of your opportunity and your responsibility to give back, to contribute to the social, economic, and cultural health of your community, your state, and your world. As you embark on the exciting personal and professional journeys that lie ahead, remember not only the pride that the people of Washington take in your success, but the responsibility you have to think beyond yourself in using the gifts you've been given. On behalf of your Western Washington University trustees, congratulations and best wishes for all of your endeavors.
Thank you, Trustee Franklin. Today's student speaker is Gabby Lipenix, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and is graduating as a Presidential Scholar. Gabby is committed to civic engagement, justice, and mental health advocacy. For her honors capstone project, she taught a class that combines storytelling and community building to explore the emotional elements of climate change. Today, Gabby will speak about working together for positive change. Please welcome your class speaker, Gabby Lipenix.
and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Western Washington University College of Humanities and Social Sciences, class of 2024. Thank you all for being here today, especially the friends and family without whom none of us would be crossing this stage. I'll begin by saying that today's celebration would not be complete without acknowledging the hardships that we experienced on the journey here. For those of us that missed high school graduation, I hope you'll join me in counting today as a 2-for-1 deal. Getting a college degree is demanding in the best of times. Add in Zoom classes and social distancing and, well, I don't need to remind any of you who lived it. But time and time again, we overcame the isolation and challenges of learning remotely and created thriving communities despite those barriers. What a testament to our strength and adaptability. This is how I know that all the tools we need for the work ahead, the work of creating lasting change, of being informed citizens, of soaking up as much knowledge and adventure and connection as possible, those tools are already within us. I am immensely proud of each and every one of you here today. When I transferred to Western, I had never actually set foot on campus. It was the spring of 2021 and life was strange. I felt the despair and isolation that I'm sure many of us remember from that time. I knew I needed a change, and a funny pattern soon became clear to me. Every person I knew that had attended Western was visibly excited to talk about it. I knew I was taking a risk by transferring here sight unseen, but I felt a deep pull toward the community that I couldn't shake. I knew when I arrived in Bellingham on a beautiful sunny day, headed up Chuckanut Drive with the windows down, that I had made the right choice. I was met by friends, classmates, and professors who love this place enough to think critically about how to make it better and to enact the change that they dream of. We built a home over dinners in the dining hall, in lectures and discussions, tripping on bricks on the way to class, studying and laughing, and living through the endless rain and eventual sun. As a political science student, I spend a lot of time thinking about the various ways in which the world is broken. I know that's true for many of us. We have pursued degrees not only to better our own lives, but the lives of others, and this proves to be a difficult task. It's sadly fitting that just as when we began, we are living in a time of ever-increasing political, economic, and social uncertainty. From the looming threat of climate change to a genocide in Gaza, to the fate of our own democracy. The list goes on. Countless injustices we'd rather not imagine occur in many corners of the world, including our own. How do we enter the next stage of our lives in such a world? I'll admit that I'm no more qualified to give life advice than any other 20-something in this room, but I will try anyway. To quote Robert Frost, "The only way out is through." And I believe that the only way through is together. The making of a better world will be done by countless people with the bravery to reach out across difference, especially when doing so is uncomfortable. But growth happens at the edge of comfort. Recent events on campus, driven by the student body itself, have pushed us to begin the long and difficult process of doing just that. I hope each of you will find the strength to harness your power, to continue to act with integrity and daring, and to lean into our common humanity despite every reason to give up and to give in. This is the work that we owe to each other. The risk I took in coming here is one I would take 100 times over, to follow a spark, to shrug off apathy and cynicism, and to lean into profound connection. I hope that each of you follows your own spark as far as it leads. That spark will lead you to places where learning continues long after formal education ends. These are the places where hope is built, brick by brick. Thank you.
Gabby, thank you very much. Graduates, congratulations. Today we celebrate your accomplishments during your time here at Western. You, our graduates, are the greatest contributions we as an academic institution make to society, and we look forward to the many ways you are going to shape the world. I'm excited about your future and what lies ahead for you. This is a time when technological advancements have placed the world at your fingertips. There are opportunities for you and your generation that have not existed previously or have been limited to certain segments of our society. At the same time, our global society faces many challenges: the climate crisis, emerging and chronic diseases, mental health issues, gender inequality, geopolitical tensions, and the quest for basic human rights for everyone, to name a few. We hope that at Western we have created the foundation for you to pursue intellectual exploration of these challenges, consider social problems from a diverse array of perspectives, and understand how to navigate an increasingly interconnected global society to foster collaborations and build community. Ultimately, your most lasting impact will be measured by the lives you touch and the positive differences you make in your communities. The world needs your passion and idealism as you commit to causes larger than yourself. Your education will truly become higher when it is put to higher purposes. We wish each one of you the very best in your personal and professional life. We celebrate and congratulate each of you today and welcome you as you join the esteemed ranks of the alumni of Western Washington University. So at this time, we will commence the formal process of recognizing our graduates and distributing diplomas. But before we start, I would like to acknowledge the students who passed away this year still in the pursuit of their degrees. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor these students. Thank you. Dean Patrick will now come forward and present the candidates for master's degrees.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise and remain standing? Will the faculty please rise? President Rondalla, I present these candidates for the master's degrees upon the recommendation of their faculty advisors, their thesis committees, and on behalf of our faculty, I certify they have satisfactorily completed the course requirements for the degree, have met the high scholastic standards of the university, and have been approved by the Graduate Council. I present them for the